Okay. Hold on. I'm all over the place. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. That's the place to go. Get your drip on, dress outside of the box. Y'all will get it. Okay, today is Monday. My energy's halfway. I'm a little under the weather, but it's a beautiful day in New York, and it just feels good. Shouts out to all my folks. Shouts out to Andy Appleseed. Shouts out to all the content creators out there just doing your thing. And all my supporters, love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. And today we're gonna have a little conversation as well as go over some topics that's going on right now. And I just wanted to bring that to you this Monday. I'll take my time through it today because got a little sniffles. Before we get started, I wanted to start it off with a healing energy and rest in peace to the officer that passed away in that from the 14-year-old out, I believe it's in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, actually. And it's crazy out here, man. More fire, blessings. Okay, double up on vitamin. I gotta I gotta get some more vitamin D. But yeah, man, today my energy it's really low, bro. I got like a little lemonade. I don't know what that's gonna do for me, and some water. But I just felt like it was just first I felt like everything was dry about myself, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta get myself back together. I don't know, it's the weather, man. It is definitely the weather, bro. But the Newark thing, man. I thought about that. I'm like 14 years old, and just run down on a officer and just do that. I felt like a lot of that talk, maybe the rile up, before the prep for all of this, as far as the mental, came from the home, man. I feel like even though in the past, as our black culture, we didn't have the best dealings with law enforcement. I still feel like you gotta at least let the kids know there's certain ways to conduct yourself. Even if you can't deal with the person, there's ways you can get around this by staying away from those type of people. If you feel some kind of aggressive thing, but this is like somebody just running up on an officer. It's sad out here, man. This is not the way it goes, And just to show you the difference, in our time when they had shot the officer in South Jamaica. It was a big deal. It almost lasted in story and history up till now. And now this is more like norm. Like if you think back a couple of days, there's been cases and cases of this gun violence. So it's like the rate that it's going right now, it's wicked out here. Yeah, and the streets lying to them, lying to the youth too. You see, I always said to myself, when you're learning from the streets, you're learning from your observation, your experience. You don't really want to take in somebody else's experience or what they're telling you unless they're somebody that really love you, because everybody has their own definition of what you should take from the streets and how you should present yourself in the street. But for some people, it's not everybody, the toughest little kid, or not everybody the hustling little kid, and sometimes they go out there and they get lost because the goal nowadays, it seems like the youth, they're just looking at the money, and whatever it takes to get the money, they're willing to go. And if they can't get that, that's when this this sense of violence comes around. It's just like it's not even a tough guy thing. I think I just think it's like almost like it's a heavy mental issue. Like it's almost like a crash out. Like I don't care. I don't love myself, so this is how I'm gonna go out there. This is how because I mean. It's not like somebody did you something, you run up on an officer and just do something like that. So that just goes to show me that mental, it's been tampered with, man. It's been tampered with. If somebody's telling him the wrong information and he don't know what he doing, and I don't know, man. It seems, man, I don't know, man. I just thank God that I'm not around all of this nonsense, but it can happen anywhere to anybody. So that's the reason why we out here trying to do our best to get the youth straight, But it's crazy, bro. I just couldn't believe it. I heard people speaking on it, and I'm like, how is 14-year-old? And to be honest with you, that 14-year-old is not coming out of prison. In these times, the prison stay is way different than what it was or in the past, because it seems like there's more people go into prison for mental issues induced with the violence than people just going into prison for like selling drugs and or gang banging or things like that. This is more of like, this is mental health leading them right to the prison. And when you get there, that's not the best place to help yourself. Come on now, it's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know, T. I don't know, man. It's crazy out here. I just try to hold my head and try to keep creating, and trying to open people's minds to look at something else, a different route, because it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. People, these kids, they ain't living past their 20s, and it's sad, but it's almost becoming it's like, the dead truth, man. This is crazy. I seen another thing. Did you hear anything on with this whole Diddy thing too? This is another thing that gets me. Every week you hear like something new on Diddy, and the case is like right around the corner. By the time we look around, the Diddy case is here, and it seems like the more information that they're gathering up, it don't seem like they got all this information together to be presented for that case time. I just feel like something in this whole situation ain't right, and a lot of the more mishaps they have is gonna lead that man and going somewhere else, or they're gonna lose this case. But I do feel like there is some victims in there telling the truth about the guy. It doesn't seem like he's innocent at all. But I do see, it's court, and it's the law, man. If he beats it through that, hey, it's going to be it's going to be a real eye opener, man. A lot of people, in these times, I know the money situation, people don't even understand. Even if you get the most amount of money in these times, it don't take away from your living experience. People are not going to get that. People are not going to get that at all. They're going to just say, no, I need the money to do this, do that. But when they do this, do that, and they understand that right after that, you're still back in that same state of not feeling, uncomfortable. You're walking on edge. You're not feeling there for yourself like how you would have in the past. Now it's deeper than just the money. It's not the money. It's your environment, your community, how people are interacting with people on the normal. It's not the same. So we want to get back to that, but at the same point, we want to see some changes, man. I want to see some changes. I know a lot of people want to see some changes, man. Donald Trump, he jumped in office, and this guy, he started like signing these bills like autographs, and then he started like, doing his own thing and going his own way. So this is the stuff that we have to prepare ourselves for. No matter if whoever wanted it to go this route, even though it's not going that route, we got to know how to work with whatever it comes forward with us in these days to come, because people are passing away. I more care about people having a stronger mindset than the people that's every day being traumatized and things like that. Because when you walk like that, and I've been into that whole trauma can't think, and this, you got to get your mind off of that and start toughening up and realize that nothing in life is promised. Once you start realizing that, you will want to carve out people around you that love you. You don't want to be in places where that you don't know who's walking behind you or who's fixing your drink and this and that. That's all wicked stuff people do to take advantage of people. It's nothing new to the hip hop community. It seemed like, people are now start realizing that the people that they once knew for being somebody is somebody else because they're doing this. It's real sick stuff going on. I put out a video on just a little demonic signs people be putting up in their videos, and I don't blame the artists for that. I blame the directors, but this is when you don't have control over what you do. That industry, they like to put strings on you and attach a whole bunch of nonsense on you, and then they got you doing what you want to do. That's the reason why when it comes to soca or reggae music, you don't see all these strings attached. Yeah, there might be more, people might capture them for maybe their business side and hurt them in the pocket a little bit more. But when it comes to them being free to say what they want and express how they feel and talk to their people direct and push things of vibes, there's no control over that. But in hip hop, it seems like they know how to control people because they know they're playing with the numbers and they're putting certain things in certain people's faces. And it's a whole bunch of nonsense I can't deal with, man. I'm just not on that type of time. Right now, I have a couple ideas that I want to, do some new, just being more creative with the things that I come up with. And that's what I've been up to. It's been keeping me strong. It's been keeping me off of the nonsense that, people thought was the way to live. I'm not with it. Anything illegal at this point, I'm telling you, I'm not, no way with it, man. First of all, prisons ain't got no females, and they don't even have enough guards in that thing. Nobody want to be in there, not even the people that don't even want to work in there. So why would I want to go there? No, not a place for me. I think people got to wake up and start realizing that, the world is set to change at any time. How we treat the earth, how we treat the people around us is how the world going to stay and treat us back, no matter how we look at it. You don't have to look in the Bible to know that, or look in your science book. That just take it off of how you feel, how you grew up, how you are at this point, and you can get it. That's what I've been in these times. Trust me, man. I've been doing more research on just things that fit my lineage, like my culture. It's not, when I was a kid, I wasn't more into my culture than I am now. Trust me when I tell you, I was just enjoying the experience of living and having a good time. I think that a lot of the kids now, they're missing out on that because they're thrown right on social media where people are already there, and we all getting fed the same content, and they're seeing and they're trying to pick up and understand certain things, and it's just moving at a fast rate. Yeah, we can slow things down, but for them, it's just everything in there, it's like they feel like it's so many options when it's not really that like that. So it's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff, man. Today, I just wanted to touch on a few things and keep it conversational because, yeah, man, I'm not in the best of, but after this, I'm gonna get myself back together. Let me see. Oh, I heard another thing too. This week, we're gonna be hearing they're releasing two of the names of the Diddy victims again. Two more names. I don't know. I'm just waiting to see the case, man. I'm just waiting to see how this turns out. I don't think it's going to be like, I don't think a life sentence or anything crazy like that. I just think it's going to be something like maybe a few years and a long time probation, restricting him from being around certain people. And yeah, I don't know, man. Did you guys hear that Tory Lanez, he had dropped I'm not really for the album out of prison stuff, to be honest with you. Tory's a very talented dude, but at the same time, man, how the hell you get yourself up in there? That's when he was blinded by the light, that man Tory. He had a promising future ahead of him, but having a gun and this and that when he's not even that type of, first of all, you don't come from that. You from Canada, you don't come from that. You don't come from having pistols and all these types of things walking around. So you pick that up in the culture of hip hop. So what that tells me is that you were going down a road to fail anyway. People might look at it like, oh no, he was going to fail because he's a follower. He makes good music, but I can hear it in his music that he's a follower. He went out there and he wants to play the hip hop tough guy role. You got a pistol on you and look who you end up shooting. Just like these youth with the pistols, they end up shooting the wrong person. And that's where he landed him there, I don't know. I feel bad for the guy, but at the same point, man, you made your mistake. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do the time, man. I feel like if he had a different lawyer, maybe it would have been kind of different circumstances as far as his time. But if you did it, you did it, man. You just gotta fess up to that stuff. And I seen another thing too. What's up with Kanye again, man? This guy, he got mental problems, man. I used to like Kanye. I was just watching they put out a new doc on YouTube, and it was talking about the downfall of Ye, and I'm just I couldn't even sit through the thing, man, because it was it's kind of like his beginning points is what I was more that drew me closer to him, as far as his producing skills and just the whole camaraderie of him and the Rockefeller. But when you get off to all of this this Ye feeling like he's some god over this and that, and then he putting on all this KKK clothes, man, all of that stuff, that's like clown business. I'm not really here for the circus. I'm here for hip hop. I'm not here for and a lot of people get that confused. He fall in the rap section. If hip hop is the art form, the rap part of it, and there's so many rappers. There's a lot of rappers. Every day is a new rapper, whether they're getting shot or putting out a new song. But when it comes down to the art form of hip hop, now he's not even following that. This is a guy, he's chasing clout. And my whole thing is, he's acting like he's a a up and coming artist trying to get himself on in every situation. Like the money that he has, he doesn't see it there. Or like he, I don't know, man. I don't know with him, man. Yeah, I mean they're robbing the artist because you have to. First of all, we're living in a time where independence is key. When it comes down to your music, the robbery is in your face. There's no going around like the Spotify's and those big platforms because they're telling they don't even know how they're getting paid when it comes down to streaming. So that was already set up. But when it comes down to his independence and him being stable with what he has, it's not like the guy have two pennies. I think I'm pretty sure I've seen in one of these headlines they're saying Kanye is close to a billionaire. I don't know if that's what he was saying or whatever, because these guys will tell you anything. But from what I'm hearing and the things that he's accomplished, he getting on like he ain't accomplished anything, and he just going out there for the clout. All of that stuff is more tainting his career. You when you attach somebody else's culture and you go at somebody's culture, I don't care what if it's a culture you don't agree with, necessarily agree with. You don't come online and start disrespecting people's culture. Like, who do you think you are? I mean, it don't make sense to me. It just I know at one point in my life, I thought, you know what, Kanye losing his mom and everything, sometimes that never could sit well with you. I don't care who you are, how tough you think you are. Losing your mom or anything like that, or somebody close that you love, that don't sit well with you. But how you go on from that is a reflection of how inside you're feeling. And how he's going on into like almost into like a mental I don't know what it could be, man. I don't know what it could be. I mean, I remember one time he was drinking the alcohol. He was drinking like the Hennessy on stage. He went all crazy on Taylor. And then it just turned out to be he started doing this and doing that. Then he started like telling people what he had before I believe even the doctor started telling him. And it's kind of like it kind of feel a little like he's he's trying to like search for this acceptance from people that already know who he is. It's not like he's looking at the youth and saying, "Look, check this is me. This is what I did." He's more like going at the people that actually put him in these positions and actually listen to his music. So I don't know, man. Some of these people weirdos, man. I don't know, man. What he up to? I seen he just recently called Dirk on the cell phone, and Dirk was in prison. I don't know where he's trying to go with it. I don't know. Maybe I know it. As far as Dirk and his situation, that's another thing too. You know, you don't want to work all the way. You achieved all these goals. You got out of a place that was aggressive, where a lot of people don't make it out, and a lot of people don't live past their teens in the place where he's coming from. So you get out of that, and you mean to tell me that they I'm not saying that he did or not, but from what I'm hearing is you mean to tell me that you were still involved in putting out hits for hires or getting involved with people doing that? Well, nah, that's you're not thinking, young man. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That is not how you do it. Because once you look, I see it like this. You got to give yourself a 10-year gap. A 10-year gap, knowing that everything you do in those 10 years can be accounted for. Now, if it gets past 10 years, man, then maybe you're off to the races. Maybe, depending on what age you are. But when it comes down to you doing crime or saying go get so and so, or I pay you to do this, or punch him, all of that stuff not only lands you in prison, but the lawsuits come about and your bank is empty. You on zero now. That thing crazy. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right with the Tory too. With Tory, you mean with the Megan thing, right? In I think this was the mixture for destruction for Tory. This was his mixture of destruction. Alcohol, gun, don't have this up here, the people around him, and regardless if he had a bodyguard or whatever, that right there could put you anywhere. You could you know, this ain't like back in the day, you know, people drinking and having a good time. No, this is like people are drinking, passing out all over the place. I see these parties, man. It look ridiculous. It looked ridiculous. This is not a party when you wind up and you having so much of a good time that your clothes done stain the wall. No, this is where people are passed out. They got all sorts of drugs over here, and he don't even know where he going. He's saying look, this is how these types of mistakes happen. I couldn't even really see. Number one, he already had put himself in a lane where he was untouchable, R&B and hip hop. So he's not gonna get the street like aiming at him, and R&B, he's still gonna get that tone for the radio. And he messed it up by trying to be somebody he's not. He's not a tough guy, not at all. Not at all. Before this happened with him and Megan, there was little in and out things going on with the guy, and he was kind of going off and saying what he had to say. That's why I always tell people too, going online saying, oh, I could make $1 million off of this album without the label, this and that, all talking this money stuff online. And look, people, there's a lot of ears out here, man. And when there's people out there realizing, wait, hold on, he's telling people that he can make $1 million off of this and do that. And then now they thinking like independent, this is what they don't want. They're scared of artists going independent, especially the good ones. Now, when you get one of them little artists that drop a little viral song, this and that, yeah, they're signing for one record deal, one album deal, and then they'll take the money. By the time they turn around, they don't know where the money went. But when you're dealing with artists like Tory, where he's so like spontaneous, like he's the type of guy, he could write a hit tomorrow that can last a lifetime, or tomorrow he could do something that land him in jail. Look what he's doing, man. It's crazy. It's the time and the setup. It was after the COVID. Everything played a part. Everything played a part, man. Doing too much. Them parties crazy, man. I'm telling you. I don't like that type of stuff, man. And to be honest with you, man, I quit drink, and I can't even say I quit drinking is because I never really drunk like that my whole life. But I stopped drinking when I started realizing, like, you know what? Let me take a break on this stuff, because I see where this is leading other people. I don't like anything to control me but me and the Most High, man. Anything else, man, I just can't deal with it, man. I just can't. It ain't my twist, man. So I feel like a lot of things right now, alcohol is the second leading cause of death right now. So I feel like when I put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, nah, something's wrong. It's like, come on, man. You can't have things altering. I don't know, man. I don't know, T. It's crazy. I don't know, man. And look at this. Look how easy things can happen. Did you hear about Michael Jordan? Now, I believe his NASCAR team was accused of participating in with a cartel. So you got to know where your money's going, and you got to know the type of people you're dealing with. Now, we all know Michael Jordan ain't wrapping up nothing in plastic and shipping it out, man. We know that ain't Jordan. But you got to know that the people that you're dealing with the NASCAR, whatever you got going for yourself, I don't know. But them people might be dealing, man, in these times, you got to be very careful, man. They go lock up the cartel and ready to put Michael Jordan on it just to get some clout or light on this situation, man. It's wicked out here. It's wicked out here. Ever since social media has arrived, it's kind of like it just changed the world and the way people view things. Some people some cases you see a better reality through the social media, though. I'm not gonna lie on that. I see that people are coming to their senses now. I used to tell people, man, why you over there? You got they're buying up a whole bunch of sneakers to fill the room. You're not really putting your money in anywhere. You thinking that social media every day you got to come up in here and show these people. These people, look, a lot of people on here fronting and faking, man. What you put on, all this stuff, that's all decorations, man. People been decorating their lives for years and holding the hurt inside. It don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. You can't come up here with a smile on your face when you're hurting inside. Tell people how you feel. I'm more on that lane. If I don't feel good one day, I feel something about something, I'm going to say it. And today I got a new video dropping after this, the difference between hip hop and rap, because a lot of people are getting this twisted. And as we all know, there's always, I feel like hip hop, they should have better gatekeeping. Don't let everybody just, you know, this is how, when your goal is only money in this world, you tend to lose value in everything else that is meaningful in your life. That's why look at these celebrities. You see the families, they fussing and fighting now. Let one celebrity pass away. The fans is over there mourning, boo-hooing, and their family is like vultures looking in their bank account and trying to get this and that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy stuff going on. People just don't realize it because they're blinded by the big picture that's put in front of you. But when you look behind that screen and you see what's really going on, you'll realize the life that you have, you got to go back there and just start working on what you got going. It makes no sense to look over at somebody else's thing and just think that it's just, that's it. No, a lot of foolishness been going on. A lot of it, trust me, a lot of it. And we just seeing a little something because I think Diddy gave a different outlook on hip hop. When people started seeing what was going on, you hear things here and there. We seen cases R. Kelly. We seen different things that it was like, wow. But when you realize the people and when they start talking about the people they're around, you start realizing like, damn, man, how we do that to our own people? I don't want to hear if you Black American, Caribbean, you Black and you doing that to your own people. You picking up this slave mentality. For what? Like, a lot of these people, they ain't do their lessons. They just want to come out here and fight for something that they don't even know nothing about. I see it all day. It's like a Dumbo just talking to talk. I don't get it. The research is there. Learn your culture. Learn that gatekeeping is needed in certain cultures so it won't be exploited. And then you'll start realizing, you start learning more about yourself, your family, why people do the things they do. Man, you'd be surprised how many things I learned by just sitting down and paying attention, reading and understanding what's going on in this time. And that's the way I stay because I know it's not about knowing what's next to come. It's just knowing that whatever's next to come, I have to be prepared for. It's just, that's how life works. I always find myself at my happiest when I'm doing something that I love doing. When I'm doing something for somebody else that doesn't have that same value and sees that same value within me, it never feels good to me. Whether it's going to come out right or not, it's not going to feel good to me. No matter how much you pay me, no matter how much you say it is, it just doesn't feel right. I think people have to take on that strong sense of value within themselves. Don't sell yourself short to these people because everybody has a cutoff point. And they feel like they can pay off anybody like that. The funny squid, that funny thing they got on Netflix, people doing anything for money. So people taking on those traits. And you can see it in their everyday life. They'll do anything for you. Everything's like a pop-up. Life ain't about going viral, man. I'm not with all of that. I'm really not with all that. I think viral and doing all that nonsense without doing it the right way, all that stuff causes confusion every single time. Every single time. I believe in working from the roots and working yourself all the way up and letting your stuff grow because you have a longer and more stable life like that. These people have one kid run. Next chick run. Next chick, they got about 7, 8 baby moms. You looking over like, yo, wait, what the hell's going on? When those kids grow up, they're gonna want some answers. You better be there or living to have some answers for those kids because if you're not, who's gonna have the answers? Social media. And you don't want to see what social media is gonna say because they say a whole bunch of stuff. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy out here. I just take a look at how life is working out and how people are taking it. I'm like, man, this ain't how it, and it's not to say this is how it used to be, but how it used to be was a little bit, I think it was a little bit easier on people's mental than it is now. I feel like we have so many things that can go against us when it comes down to the food, when it comes down to our everyday working schedules, when it comes down to our life in general, our health. A lot more things come into play in these times because people lost the hope that we had from back then. We didn't know everything like we know now. Now we can more look it up. Now we see people, that been through the things and we can, socialize a little more freely. Now it's a little bit different. So the temperature now is more like, it's all or nothing. It's like if I don't believe it, it's out of here. And if I do believe it, it's no in between where it's like a common ground. oh, that might be right here, but that's wrong. It's none of that. It's none of that. Not at all. Not at all, man. It's almost to the point, it's crazy. Everybody, and let me get back to this one thing too. You know, that day the last live I told you guys that Bhad Bhabie, her baby father had got shot, right? Now after he got shot, I guess she had went out there to see what was going on with her, you know, that's her family. So she flies back, and her home, it was a home invasion. If she got there any sooner, they would have took her with that home invasion. You see how life is? Not only, you have to think, sweetheart, like I said in the first time, you getting on social media and you're telling everybody your business. Whether it's right or wrong, you're spilling out all your business. Not only are you spilling out your business, you're giving dates where you're going, how you're going to be here, you're going to be there. And meanwhile, when you're flying out, they flying right in. You don't even know what's going on. Sweetheart, you took on the wrong side of black culture. You took the low energy of black culture and you went all in. Now you got to take what comes with it. You understand? So when you took the crown, put it on, you got to know how to walk through it. Do you understand what's going on? The home invasions, you talking, putting your money online. He giving you a black eye every other Friday. Now he getting shot. You going through this mental trauma. What type of environment do you plan to raise your kids in? Are you strong enough to say, I want to leave this environment alone and do whatever I got to do for my kids? Or are you the one that's saying, you know what, I'm going to sit here, deal with this, and they're going to have... No, you don't look like you got it. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because you come online with your pain and you don't have no solutions behind it. It's like you're asking us for something and we're telling you the right information, and still you cut off the social media and you go do something crazy. Well, you got to pay attention. All that, the worst thing she could have ever did for the youth out there is do that OnlyFans. Don't you ever think that you just doing anything sexual in this world and making money and you reaching the heights with that, don't ever think that that's going to be safe for you, sweetheart. No way in this world that's safe. No way in this world. In Europe, there's more naked beaches out there and things like that. We ain't from all of that. Out here, and you talking from here to LA, all of that stuff is going to get you followed by weirdos and people from that do the sex trafficking. They're going to be tuning in. You'd be surprised where all that money came from. Well, you think that's some little kids that was watching you? Huh? No, those are people that still watching you wherever you go, and you never know who's going to be in your home. You got to pay attention, man. As much as people think it go together, sex and money don't really go together like that. That thing gets you, first of all, you don't ever end up keeping the money. It's almost karma behind it, because that ain't what God put you on this earth to do. You had an opportunity. First of all, you went on the TV show. I know you got money behind that. Then after that, you say you want to be a rapper, right? You jump on and be a rapper. You couldn't go through that. After that, you want to be a baby mother, right? It's like all of this stuff, and you ain't completing none of it. Then you come online, or and sweetheart, when it comes down to your sickness or whatever, healing energy to you. I won't wish that on anybody, not on anybody. But when you can't put your business out there, that's the reason why then people try to run up in your home. Don't put all your business in the street. You'll leave your keys there, they'll walk right in your house, man. You got to be very careful nowadays on social media. People are watching what everybody's doing. You'll be so surprised. You'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised. What else we got here? Oh, you know what? How do y'all feel about R. Kelly dropping some new music? Now that, to be honest with you, I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but to be honest with you, when I thought about it, I said, you know what? If that's how he's known and loves, that's his real love behind it, and that's how he expresses himself, that's gonna sound a little different than the Tory Lanez dropping what he dropping. But I understand that his crimes and the things that he did, the sexual crimes, it's still stuck in people's head. He likes minors, this and that. But would I be able to listen to his music? Yeah. I mean, if you're in, look, when I think like we are in this cancel mode, we have this like cancel destruction mode about us. Like if somebody goes to prison, that means they're doing the time for whatever, they said they did. Anything, it's like when you go to, it's like people want, it's like they want to put him in a prison behind a prison of a prison. It's like, this is the same thing with Tory and Megan. She like keep going at the man in prison. How much more can he do? You're talking about he messing with your promotion and this, like, oh, look, he's in prison, man. Once you're in there, you're in there, you know, like, what can I tell you? But can I listen to it? Maybe if he drop, yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. I mean, I've had to listen to some other nonsense that I didn't want to listen to. And if it ain't my cup of tea, I move on. It's not a big deal. It's not like if I listen to it, I put that stuff and now I feel the same way as him. No, they don't make sense. Music is music, crime is crime. And I think we gotta separate ourselves from all of this, because sometimes we like the music more than the person. I'm starting to see that a lot. People are starting to really realize these artists' characters, what they, you know, and the more we dig into knowing who the artist is, the most likely that they're not gonna earn a sale behind it. Even though we all make mistakes, sometimes a lot of these people, they're completely not what they sing about, or completely the opposite. And it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. And it's a bad investment when it all boils down, basically. I don't know. Yeah, only if he's singing about grown women. You know, I thought this time around it won't be like, in my head, when I started thinking about it, I said, don't sing about no love music. I would say at this point, sing about his experience. Take it back from like when he was singing in the trains. I thought about that, but who knows, man? If he goes back on this, like, in other words, if it's like his personal beat off music that he had in his head, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Not at all. Not if it's that tough. That stuff. No way. No way. I know how it go though. It's rough out there, man. It's rough. Is it true that I'm just gonna put a rest in peace if it is true, because I seen some place saying that he was living and he wasn't living. Dude from Tony Tone. Is that true that he passed away? I believe his name is D. Wayne. Is that true? At 64? I'm not sure. But if it's so, man, healing energy to his family, and God bless his soul, man. Tony, that was a dope group, man. Really, really dope group. I really love that group. That was a really dope group. And they're timeless music anyway. You could always go back and listen to their music. But I don't know if I'm hoping then, but I see it more and more. Yeah, it looks like it's true. Wow. That's kind of... Yeah, man, I don't, that's another thing too I don't understand. I see a lot of these people, they act like they don't know what a demon is, and they don't know what direction their music is going. So why you put it down then? It's like when people question them after, yo, why you said this and that about this sound like, you start realizing, man, do you even believe in God? That's why I don't even speak like I don't speak no more on Amber Rose or anything like that. I'll be honest with you. I don't say, it's not like I'm saying anything bad about her, but I just don't speak on her. I remember a conversation she had, and she was just like, oh, she doesn't believe in God, this and that. And she just went like a whole route about it. I said, you know what? Okay, I'm cool on that. It's all right. Everybody has their own ways of, belief in the things they believe in. But I just choose to, stay with my people that do understand that there is a Most High, and there's something greater than us, and that's the reason why we're here. Once you have that better understanding of that, you realize that life is not just about yourself. Life is also about other people around you too. So, once I hear that, it's a lot of that. I'm telling you, it's not the way we grew up. It's like, even if I don't think there's any religion being implemented in any of these households from the kids that I've been seeing. I don't think it's any at all. Any at all. It may be a few, but from what I've been seeing, like, I mean, a 14-year-old running down on cops, no religion in the household. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I don't know. It's just kind of like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, have a family, and damn. It's like, I don't know, man. Man. Oh, you know what, though? Is it true that there was another plane crash in, I believe it was in was it another plane crash in Pennsylvania? Is it, what's going on out here, man? I never see so many planes crash in my life. So many, so close. Like, so what the hell is going on? I don't know. I do wanna go back to Barbados one of these years. Maybe not this summer, maybe next summer. Do want to go back to Barbados, have a good time, hit the beach. Cause out here, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. A lot of things happening, bro. Oh, you know what I've seen too? Hold on. I had something. Oh, I'm hearing. Oh, I want to. I'm gonna check that out. So I'm hearing that Wendy Williams, she's gonna go for ASAP Rocky's lawyer. She's trying to get ASAP Rocky's lawyer to get herself free from these people that got her in this like mental. I don't know. She might have some mental issues, but she might have enough, sense to be a little bit more freer. It looked like when they got her behind the glass, it's like she, it just don't look right. So she's saying she's trying to get ASAP Rocky's lawyer. That guy, man, he's amazing, man. He's not playing in court. He's kind of like a straight up guy, man. He's just giving it to you like what it is. So if she does get that, they might grant her a little something. I'm hearing that she's gonna be also on a talk show. So want to see what's going on, man. I don't like to see, people, I don't care whether some people feel funny about how she talked in the past. In my head, I'm like, how Wendy Williams spoke in the past about different celebrities or how content creators are speaking about celebrities now. So just because she was the first to do it, don't just knock somebody down because they reach a peak and they can't hold for themselves. No, that's not right. Nah, come on, y'all. We're not going to try to do that, tear somebody down and then do what they were doing. Nah, we're not doing all of that. Healing energy goes out to Wendy Williams. I hope she get that lawyer, Yeah, they taking her money. They taking her money. I believe so. Because what people understand, when you have the mental patient, is insurance around that. So many people are grabbing her money from different places. It's beyond crazy. And it seems like when they get to a certain point, you have to have control of your money and the things you do. People that throw so many deals at you, I understood that in ownership too. That's the reason why you don't put, people are buying into your company and they'll like what you're doing. They're buying into your company in plans to own your company. You might think that they just giving you this, staking it to help you out and they grow to this certain point. No, they want to have some kind of ownership where in the end, if anything should happen, they're going to be the ones that get the first dibs on ownership of that company. You got to be very careful because people are finding these celebrities that they lost their way or they got something going on with them. The people that was in charge of their money, their financial advisors, the bankers, everybody's after their money. So they don't even realize it. That's the reason why I always say, have the people around you that you can trust and love. And within those people, you have so many different sets of people. You'll get better advice from the people that really more care about you. Like, don't take that deal. What is that deal? How's that deal help you? No, you already have this. Don't take that deal. You taking that deal is going to take up most of your time. And, there's a lot of things going on. Don't be, that hustle mentality. Sometimes you lose your way because everybody got money in your hands in your pocket. It's crazy, man. Nowadays, in America now, they got people feeling like, oh, you have to be, let's race for this $1 billion. Look, man, you don't got to race for no $1 billion. That's no, the prices are going up and up, but you have to maintain what you have. You starting to realize that, I got a video, it's going up after this one, but this one chick from Europe, she was saying, I can't believe in America they use so many paper plates. Yeah, it's true, because if you really think about it, we do use, especially here, we use a lot of paper plates, but if we didn't have, if we took the paper plates out, now you're saving money. We have a lot of things in place where we don't really need, but we do it just to save us some time. In the end, you save yourself a little bit of time, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So it's kind of like you have to balance out your life and know that there's people living with less that might not necessarily be less. It might be more and more beneficial to their lifestyle and their living than the people that have it all. You see, sometimes having too much, you start to buy into too much. You get you too much clothes, too much sneakers, and then when it gets to the food, here come the poison. Too much sugar, too much salt, tastes too good, too this, too that, and to the coffin. Grown folks that know, man, all this sugar and all this stuff. Yo, I'm telling you, that's how they get you. From wanting to too much of something. You have to have a balance in with everything you do. If something tastes too good, I'm questioning it. I question it, especially up to my age, and I ain't tasted this before, and I'm tasting it now and it tastes this. I'm questioning it. What's in this? There's nothing wrong with being that way. It's just knowing that the older you get, your intake is everything. It's everything. It's everything. I gotta stay on top of my health a lot more than I did in the past because, hey, look what's going on. And I'm hearing measles. I don't know if that's true or not, but measles? I think I was like a little boy when I heard measles. Measles? So the measles are back now? In other words, what I'm saying is it's not just the measles are back. So the trauma is back now? Y'all giving us more trauma now? You know, the COVID, the mask, and you giving America more trauma now? That's what you're telling us? Because you have to understand, yeah, I'm going to prepare and I'm going to get my mental right. But you think everybody could just prepare and get their mental right when you say measles, this and that? These people, they don't know where to put their next foot. Look, man, America is flooded with trauma, and that trauma can make you lose sense of where you have to do and how you have to live. You can't, sometimes if you think about it, if you block all of this out, 75% of your stress will be out the way. If you didn't know anything that was going on social media, and no matter I'm talking down to the who's the president. You didn't know none of it. You just went on, you worked your life, and you just, you fed your family and you just kept going. As prices went up, you worked towards it. Don't you know how much your stress level will be gone? Because a lot of stress kills a lot of people. Sometimes I get stressed out. The unbothered title, it has nothing to do with that. The unbothered title has everything to do with knowing what not to bring into my life. But what's already in there, I have to deal with it. I got to deal with it. Just like we all got to deal with it. Life is not just a cakewalk. It's not easy like that. So we have to know how to deal with that. Now, putting all of these other things from social media telling you what to care about, and the measles are coming, and the bird flu, and the poison in the foods, that's not for everybody. That intake could hurt certain people. And that's the reason why people are not working to their potential and they're not giving everything their all, and that bare minimum spirit of them is coming out because they don't know what's next. We have a problem with that. We have a problem with how we receive information and how we put the information out to the people. Some of the stuff is not all the way true like that. It's like when you say things like it's coming, it doesn't mean it's here. It's coming. So, it's almost like that induced trauma. You have to really prepare yourself for and have that strong enough mindset to know where to cut off that cutoff switch. I don't want to hear it. That's how I stay, y'all. I'm telling you, I can't take everything in. Because if that was the case, I'll lose my mind. I can't. I really, really can't. I really can't see myself in a place where I'm just losing everything, just thinking about all these things that I have no response, I have no solution yet for. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm doing, T? I have to order a new book, but I put so many ideas down, you won't believe it, man. Some of these things could solve a lot of things. And I'm gonna put everything in order and start tackling more and more. And some of them are beneficial enough where I'm gonna put some online where people could learn for themselves and maybe see if they can dig it. And others, I'm gonna try to find value in it and maybe find ways to monetize. That's what it's really all about in these times. Taking your time and understanding that social media, you can make something out of it, but just understand what you make. It's gonna be here, and nowadays, when we first started this, social media is your new ID. The things you put out, whether it's foolishness or what, they're gonna be judging people. I know down to it's a difference between a person just making a living out of on social media and coming on here and doing what they got to do. But when people are in your life and every mistake you make, they highlight and this and that. That makes an uncomfortable life. That makes an uncomfortable life. This is one of the things that Michael Jackson and all those pop people, they were running from, covering their face, running in the limo and things like that. Because after a while, it gets to a point where it's uncomfortable. You can't You can't find yourself alone. You can't find who you are because everybody has an expectation out there for you. And you're trying to live up to this expectation. And really, you just want to sit down and just say, I don't want to do anything today. But the game is the game and fame is fame. Oh, man. Today is something else, man. Today I have some editing to do, and I want to make some new designs for my brand. So I'm going to be doing that after, but I really want to get myself together. I'm going to eat some soup today, some chicken soup, y'all. I'm doing the chicken soup today. Okay. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take your word for that. I really gonna take your word for that. I'm gonna put it together then. All right, cool. Cool. I promise I will. I'll be having a lot of things on my mind, but I will. I promise I'm gonna do that. Now you say that, give me a little push. Sometimes I need that little push because it's rough sometimes for the kid. It's rough sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna take your advice and I'm gonna sit down with it, and yeah, it's a good one. It's gonna be something special. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you, my family. What else? You know what too? They caught somebody else in the shooting. I wanted to bring that up with the little Ronnie situation. I wanted to show you guys with the 5-year-old that passed away. Man, I went back and I started hearing more people. I believe it's the girl that was a part of the driver of that. I believe it's the driver or the mother. She started talking online I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what's up with these people? Like, she gets online and she starts saying, start cussing out everybody, talking about, I'm gonna get back this and that. I'm looking at her, I'm like, man, I know, this is gonna be a point where, because everybody don't hurt the same, but that little girl got her life snuffed away, and all you talking about people got this weird, like, sometimes the get back is not getting back. How about that? Sometimes the revenge doesn't fulfill your soul. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care who shot down who. When the next person go back to revenge to shoot them down, that don't fulfill your soul. That don't fulfill your soul. Sometimes going the other route, pray for that person, you go about your way, and you keep your loved ones and because you doing that to them, you become them. God ain't, let me tell you, man, God ain't gonna show up the first round. He gonna come in the middle of the fight. So you can't explain how you got in there. Why are you fighting? We at a point where it's just like people take this, it gotta be different routes. Revenge has different looks to how smart you are up here. The lowest tier is gonna say, do the same thing they did to you. I know that's going, but it's not fulfilling. That's what I'm trying to say is after a while, that's going to eat you alive too. We got to find different routes. And I don't like the fact that like, it's almost being championed in a way with the drill rapping stuff. It's almost like they're championing it. It's like, I'm on the edge with it, man. I'm very on the edge with people, like just being so cool with the revengeful state of, okay, you did this, I'm gonna go lick down your family no. That's the trap. That's the trap. That is the trap. The minute you go do the same thing, you're gonna be looked like the same person. From afar, you guys look like it's the same war. So when you see that now, it's like, wait, you gotta come up with something else. Maybe what could be fulfilling is if you put yourself you don't think like that, and people will be so surprised. Yeah, they could call you whatever they want. They could call you a sucker, you don't this, you don't do that. But at the end of the day, you're fighting for your mental health. You're fighting for you not to go out there and become one of them. Because the more you take a person's life, the more a piece of your soul disappear. I have no proof behind that. The only thing I can prove to you behind that, you won't be the same again. Murder is not the easiest thing to digest. When you do that to somebody, as much as you might, I can't see how they lay down at night. I can't tell you how they feel inside. But I know it don't feel good. So when you see the youth going for this revengeful, they take on this revengeful task and feel like, oh, if this happens to me, this is the only thing that's going to make me look like tough to go back at them. You're wrong. You're wrong. What's going to make you look tough is when you save more people so they won't have to go through that. Let them people know how they hurt you. Forget about how you're going to hurt them. Let them know how they hurt you, what they took from you. Because everybody treating everybody's life like it ain't worth nothing. And that's the reason why people don't have no love for nobody. They treating the women like they're just a whole and the fellas like they're just a target. So how are we going to communicate? What are we going to do here? How are we going to solve things? If we see our figures, the people that they consider the you know, like the famous or the most or the leaders, if we see them in problems and we see how they handle their problems and they find themselves in prison, and what's going on? We got to find this leadership within ourselves. You see, the first thing that how you become a leader or have at least some kind of leadership mindset is knowing, understanding that. See, that's how it all came to me. I started asking questions. The more you ask questions and you don't get answers for it, that's when you start figuring and breaking it down yourself. And you start realizing, wait, hold on. This is like, so, like, for example, you hear this a lot. In our black culture, a lot of people, a lot of our ideas, a lot of things we created, a lot of people put a price tag on it, ran off with it. But if we did the same thing as them and started taking other people's stuff, what would leave the value in us? The value in that for us is that they are scared of our creations making something out of nothing. And that mentality will travel on for years and years to come, because as you get out there, you know that just from your culture and the people that's behind you, you can do it. No matter what somebody says, you can do it. You just have to figure out a new way of doing it, or maybe carve out your way of doing it. But that's the thing. You have to make yourself, you have to become your own energy. Be the power that everybody has it. There's nobody special and nobody. You didn't have to come from this area, that area to have this type of understanding. All it takes is you seeing something go down and say, you know what? That could have been me. Let me see how they went wrong. It's just like, you know, so many people, you know how many people look on TV and they see these cases and they figure it out right there. But when it comes to their favorite celebrity, oh, I don't know what happened. You know what happened. You know how you know? Because you feel what happened. Do you feel like he did it or not? It's only good and evil in this world, man. Don't let nobody fool you. People with good heart, they'll never, you know, they always feel the same. People with bad heart, I'm telling you, man, they'll try to pretend to be good. That's why I don't go around with that energy, man. I try to keep myself in a place of understanding. Every day I try to learn something. Even if yesterday I thought you was a racist and you said something, if today I have to correct myself with my yesterday thoughts, I'm going to do that. I'm going to look into it more. I want to know why you feel that way. Because the proof is going to always be in the pudding. The proof is going to be right in your face at the end. That's how God made it. No matter how you do it, you can't get, look, man, that's how I lived to this point, to have this. At first, I thought, you know, I fell into that materialism bag too, you know. As a youth, you're attracted to this shiny stuff. But then I started to realize the more I see people like, there's no winning in that. It's like almost like they have you on a reel. Okay, so you're buying cars, you're buying this, you're buying that, and then next year something else new, and you're on this cycle, and in between that you can lose yourself. That's the reason why when you heard my song on the radio, right after that, I didn't like the people I was around. I didn't like how the industry was portraying a person. It's like a hustle. They was portraying hustle over talent at that time. And I'm like, nah, man, to get in these spaces, I thought everybody had to have talent. Meanwhile, I get in the studio, they want me to write for these artists. I'm like, I don't want to write for these artists. I want to write for myself. There was a lot of things that made me say, damn, this is not what I thought it was. This is not how I came up. I got more respect for the ladies than that. I never had to tussle with a lady or have a problem with a lady and go that far to try to prove my manhood. Why would I do it in my music? No, I want to make love. I want to make love music. I want to do this. Everything that I was growing into, they were going against. Like it didn't fit a good space for me, man. I quickly said, let me do something else with my creativity, man. People didn't get that at that point. But now we see what's the leading rush in that game: money, not talent. So when you feel the feeling of hip hop, that's something personal now. That's not something that is being shared around now. No, hip hop now becomes so personal. Rap is now shared. Everybody can rap. The puppy can rap. Your next door neighbor can rap. But when it comes to hip hop, the culture, the art form, the way we communicate, shake hands, dance, those are things that we have to keep within ourselves, because people are losing this sense to money. Every place is gonna fall. They're gonna fall short because of it. Even the ones you think that they billionaires, they are the most stressed right now. You think it's stress when you don't have something. What about how much stress it is when you have something and somebody take it away? Think about that, and be grateful for the things that God put in your way. Because everything that God put here for you is for you, it's for us. That's how we bust it up. That's how we family. That's how we come together. But these people, they come together from this money. The conversations is not real. The smile is, everything is fake. Every damn thing is fake. I said, I can't deal with this, man. Let me go back to my people, man. These people don't love me. Once I don't feel that and that I don't get that back, you're not supposed to stay in a place where you ain't loved. Nowadays, you got the youngins, they don't really know what love is, and I don't blame them, because look what they arrived to. They arrived to social media in their face, and you have to look like her, you have to look like her. By the time they finish fixing this and that, they don't even look like their family behind them. You like, wait, what? That's your family? You look like Kim Kardashian. Damn. And it's this trait of following to just, they don't even know what's next. They don't even know what's next. I don't know, man. I try to keep myself in a place where I'm understanding everything that's happening, and the little things, the little itty bitty things I can fix, even if it's in my family and just the people around me, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna fix it. Be a little hero before you want to present yourself like this big hero in the world, because that guy right there get his cape snatched off for lying to people. It's the people that we know and the ones that we take our little wise tips from, and we pass it on through our generations and through our kids, and that's what makes us keep going, not what they tell us to do, or get back to work and you're supposed to do this. Let me tell you something. You know how America would look without immigrants? You know how America would look just with America? Think about it. All American cars. Look, let me tell you, America don't want to work. I don't care what nobody tell me. It takes everybody to make this. It's a melting pot. I don't want to hear about that. Look, listen, those new people that came in and started, them immigrants that came in and started shooting and this and that, I ain't never seen them type of things happen out here. Never in my life, y'all. Never. America is built from everybody coming in and putting in there. That's the reason why when you take something away from somebody else's place, you start to realize how much value when they pull back the things that they need, that we need from them. When they start pulling back, now we feel bad. But we have to understand, as far as the people, this is not our fight. This is a political fight. See, when we travel and we go to these places, we love these people. We don't have problems with these people. You let those fools let you think that Africa is a bad place? Are you crazy? One of the most beautiful places ever. And you that's the reason. The fight is within them. The fight ain't with us. To them, we just numbers. We just money signs to them. But to us, we mean more than that. We know that when we go to our work, we have different people from different cultures that we love. We don't separate just like that. Now, there's things in our culture that we hold dear to us, and it's valued within our culture, so we protect it that way because we have been robbed before. But there's other things that, no, we have to communicate. We have to work together to make this thing work. It's a melting pot. And if we don't do it, God and the earth is going to show us. Y'all don't want to get together, I'm going to show you. The more we keep pushing away from the right way to go, the more that life just keeps pushing us and pushing us down. You know, they say if you keep making the same mistake, it's God trying to tell you that you need to take a different route. You got to know when to have that cutoff switch in your life. You got to know when to have it, man. You got to, and sometimes being strong is being like the one that understands your wrongs in every situation. There's so many times I said, damn, I could have went about that a little different. So I correct myself, and the next time around, I'm going to give it another shot. That's how you got to live. That's how you got to live. Don't surround yourself and look what other people have, man. Trust me. Let me tell you something. Y'all will be so surprised. If $1 million, I can't tell you how many things that I can do with that. I know it's crazy. It sounds crazy. Most of that would be helping my people. But for myself, out of that, what I would want to buy for myself, I don't even know. I don't even know. To be honest with you, it's not on my, like this money race is not in my head, man. This money, I don't think that's how it's going to be, man. I think the more we go up, the more the value is going to go up. So it's going to keep us on the same mindset if we keep thinking like that. But once we start seeing more value in ourselves, we know that anything we do, we feel appreciative of it. And that's going to save your soul. All that other stuff, it just keeps you on this wheel of wanting more and more and more. Meanwhile, the people you think want more and the more money in their relationships ain't lasting long. 1-2 years, them relationships are over, man. Both of them people want other people and they like other this and like all that because they're in love with the way that other people look and not how they treat them or how they make them feel. They're in love with the look like they're a little kid or something. It's the mentality of these people. You can't think like that. It's not every day you're gonna look, man. As we grow as human beings, love gonna have to grow with us, because if we're taking that, the more we start keeping ourselves away from that, we gonna be all doomed. We're gonna have the mentality we ain't gonna care about each other, and we ain't gonna trust each other no more. That ain't the way to live. That ain't the way to be, man. You always got to keep the close ones that you really love around you. And then other people will look at you guys loving yourself as a family and stuff, and they will want that for their families. But when they see it's all about the money, this and that, nobody caring about family or structure or anything no more. No. Because they feel like that's the only way, that's going to be their safety route. Having the most money and all of that stuff is not always a safety route. Some people change the way they look at you. Some people don't want to be true to you and truthful to you. They just want what's in your pocket. You have to know that that stuff is just an add-on to whatever you have going already in your life. These people will give you anything or try to make you sell your soul for anything. Don't you ever do that, man, because what they might got a little bit of recipe, but they don't have it all. They don't know what that hunger is and that fire is to even know that you're working with less and you're trying to make it to the top. They don't know what that is. They already start in the front of by the front of the line. We start running from the time we hit the lockers. We running, then we gotta hit the finish line. Then we gotta go. It's like we got way more to go. We built for this fight. Ain't everybody built for this fight? They like that in us, and they're scared of that. Same time. Big energy. Love y'all, man. Today I need some soup. I gotta get myself back going. I gotta get my mind right so I can do these designs the way I want to. I wanna put a new colorway on some of the products. I wanna get some hoodie designs before we get into this summer. But hoodies, for some reason, for me, it sells all year round. I'm just gonna keep it up, and yeah, the t-shirts. I don't really make that much off of t-shirts, but I love the canvas of just designing on the t-shirt. So I will be doing that stuff, and I'm gonna take your advice, and I'm gonna definitely get that going. It's gonna take a while so I can get it all the way down, and I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be something to remember and to keep, you know. But yeah, man, I love you guys. You guys stay tuned, man. I got a lot of things going. As a matter of fact, after this is over, I'm gonna definitely drop a new video on hip hop versus rap, the differences, the dynamics, and I'm also, after that, I'm gonna hit y'all. We're gonna hit back up we going to the Caribbean, and be taking these conversations all the way to, I believe, it's Europe. I got another conversation coming too. So we got a few things. I got a few things I want to talk to you guys about. And yeah, man, That's where I'm at with it. Love you guys, man, for real. Y'all got me going today. Got me going today. But that's just how I feel. I've been seeing things going around. That's just how I feel. And real quick too, if you guys watch battle rap, this I seen this going around, you know, with bad news. They're saying how he snitched, this and that. Let me tell you, man. I heard the situation. He explained it for himself. People, if you're not in the streets, you're doing like a credit. Like I've seen so many people. They just with this whole thinking they're keeping it real. If you're not in the streets, you're not doing any street business. You don't have to worry about that. If somebody go to harm you, you don't have to go run off and pick up a gun or a weapon and go back at them. That's being an idiot. Whatever he had going on in the past going on, that man is a battle rap. He's a working artist. You guys got to take your positions more serious so people looking in can start taking you more serious. Don't bring up that nonsense when y'all got something going on. I understand it's battle rap. Y'all gonna do the back and forth bars. But when you're almost to the point where this is gonna be everything in the man's career, you gotta understand, us as in our culture right now, we don't have a lot of things we can just run and just make a whole bunch of money off of. No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy for us. Yeah, you might think you're doing the same thing as the other person until they steal what you got going on and they go viral off of it and make millions of dollars. You gotta be careful. So don't really down people. People make mistakes. Give people chances and try to understand why people made those mistakes. If you can have some kind of solution to it, offer your solution. If not, you go about your business. That ain't got nothing to do with you, right? Whatever he got going on, I see these people pulling up people paperwork and this and that. Look, all that stuff can get you killed. Trust me when I tell you, it's not the fact that what's in the paperwork. It's the fact that you are staining that person's character. That means a lot on social media in these times, and people will go to length to just prove something that probably is not true or true. So just be careful of how you treat people, what you put out there, and be careful of the stuff that you take in. You don't have to, as much as people tell you, don't have to care about everything. Care about the things that mean most to you. And then you'll find yourself, you find understanding within that, all right? Love you guys, and stay tuned for the video. I hope you guys have a good Monday. We're gonna start this week off right. And yeah, man, I'm just gonna get my body back up, get strong again, and back on the Fenty way. You dig? And talking about Fenty way, I seen Rihanna. She dropped some new it's pictures of some pictures that we haven't seen before of her when she had the birth of her kid. So yeah, man, big ups to all my peoples, and yeah, man. New York City, man, please, we got to get this energy back to where we need it to be, man. All right, love y'all, and like I always tell you, have a new conversation with somebody new, wear a new color, feel good about yourself, and realize that the energy you put out there is how people are going to treat you, man. You don't got to be like nobody else. Just be yourself, and you'll be all right. Love. Peace.